for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize, it's really time.
Yeah.
Thomas Jackson.
Yeah. Bounce. Yeah.
Welcome back, guys. We're going to be going into our second best of 3 of today. We've already seen our first victor come through, and now we're going to wait and see whether or not Gatekeepers or MAXISAUCISSE, a name I've been looking forward to saying all day long. I've actually cast this team before, but I don't think it was this roster exactly. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this game. But yeah, we've got Devil. He's still here for now. Supposedly he's going to stick with this team for at least a week or something of the sort to finish off their games with them. But then I think he may be heading off, you know. Heading off. He's out of here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing either of these teams in action, to be honest. Because not only have we got MAXISAUCISSE, a name which is not only beautiful, but has a few decent players in there from the French scene. But Gatekeepers have been a team to surprise me all the way through the qualification for the NVIDIA GeForce Cup. They surprised me. They got through. They knocked out Penta from the tournament 2-0. A team that's managed to, well, they won themselves the SCA LAN. Since then, they've gone from strength to strength, and they got beaten by Gatekeepers. So, I'm expecting. Am I the caster who is supreme? Well, you know, like the burgers. I am, yeah, supreme rank. I'm just going to stop that analogy right there before I end up getting myself banned. But, yeah. It's a classic Sweden versus France. Inferno will be our first map. And let's just bring up a cheeky little overlay to show you the rest of them. We're going to go on to Mirage, which I know for a fact is Gatekeeper's best map. So they're going to be happy to take that one. And then Cobble will be the final. The only problem I have with Gatekeepers is I don't think I've actually seen them play any other map. I think they must, no, they played Train. That was it. And then they got knocked out. So really haven't seen them do too much. Like, their map pool's been very limited. I don't know what to expect from them. So I'm waiting to sort of see, okay, are they just going to be a team that sort of, okay, they fluked it a little bit? Or is this just going to be them actually coming out and being a very strong team? And that excites me. Also, well, individually, they're a very good team. I'm not sure about Brolin. I think that's how you say it. Supposedly, I looked at his profile. He's only 15 years old, so I'm guessing he's talented. Someone in the chat just said 14, so maybe HLTV is wrong, or maybe you're wrong. I'm not sure. Either way, he's a child. He should be in school. His mum should be tucking him in, telling him bedtime stories. Instead, he's challenging up against the big sausage. Either way, it's going to be an aggressive push coming in. So many players over towards this B side at the moment. The banana is going to be a bloodbath. And there's still another. You sneaky devil. Wow, Devil's actually dead. It's only going to be Maten left alive. 1 versus 1 from Benji. Gonna have to see the rotation coming out from him. Bomb. Gonna be going down, so he's at least got the after plant position. What is going on in the chat? What is it? They're just the BM just while this 1v1 clutch is going. It's supposed to be intense instead. Well, they're all being cheeky. Bomb gonna be tapped. Benji gonna peek it. He knows it's clear. Maten's just trying to clear the angles, but he can't find anything at the moment. Decoy gonna go out, running around the corner, spam shots away. Maten, he's gonna be baited in. Benji takes 3 kills. Gatekeepers get the pistol, and the bloodbath ends with the Swedes on top. Not a bad pistol. Not a bad pistol at all. Nice knife as well. Maten going to be even lower than he was before. 3 SMGs up for this T-side. But actually, there's not much head armor. That's one thing that we normally see quite a lot of. They've got 4 smokes on the French side. Now that's interesting. This could just be used to try and hold on to Banana for as long as possible, which is definitely interesting. Adams, just stop what you're doing, right? Whatever that. Tom, biz. No, that's bad. Just stop. Again, yeah, another smoke going to be thrown out. So they really are just trying to delay the T's into going aggressive. This is clever. I like it. You don't normally see too much investment into utility into round number 2. Like, they've dropped their head armor for it, which makes them more vulnerable over towards these SMGs. But maybe it'll work. Robin, he's not too fond of the idea. Yu with the lovely name I Heart Nana. Luke's going to be able to get one as well. Got to be very careful saying his name. I'm just going to be holding back, trying to find something. Gets one with the knee. The smokes have worked perfectly. They bait them in. They're expecting nobody to be behind them. And instead, the French just shut them down. I really like that, because the reasoning behind the rush through the smoke is the fact that when you see this many smokes thrown, you're expecting them to be thrown from a distance. So, it means what you're expecting behind that smoke is one person. What they did instead is they actually had 2 or 3. So it's just very, very clever, because it's almost like the mind games being played. Like, will there be somebody behind this smoke, or will they be stacking A? And from the initial push, they saw a lot of players on A, so they were thinking, okay, it's only going to be one man. But the CT side was so quick to rotate that they actually catch them out. So I like it. MAXISAUCISSE. I like it just as I like their name. What's the prize of the Hellcase Cup? I think it's 4 grand for the winner, plus a spot in the qualification for Star Series. So Starladder have added a little bit something extra in for them as well. Tease this round. They've invested into pistols. They're trying to break back. A lot of them gathering up over towards middle as well. A little bit of ammunition being expended over towards Banana. Won't be finding anything as of yet. Yu going to be falling back. Trying to rotate back around, get another angle onto the players that are rushing around that arch side. He's got to be careful, because the closer they get, the scarier the pistols get. And Bobski going to try and get around the back of him. A few sketchy shots, but they'll find the jewels either way. Matt and Harbour will be just cleaning up these players as they try to rush around. Leaving it all onto safe. And he's anything but. Last man left alive, trying to rotate back around. Matt just going to take his head clean off. Tech 9 OP. 2-1. The French will convert their second round on the board. And now the T side, they pretty much have to eco. And this is a little bit of a problem. Ooh. Something. Got a frog in my throat. Yeah, it's a little bit of a problem, because on that T side, you want to get rolling as quickly as possible. You want to deny the utility of that CT side. And instead, by giving them the extra weaponry, the AK, the UMPs you've seen them pick up, you've given them a whole lot of utility. And we've already seen how the French like to use it to deny early pushes. Well, they're going to be doing that a hell of a lot more. He's once again gathering up into middle. They're going to try and swarm over towards the A side. The Devil spraying down, slaughtering his opponents. Fuchs there to combine with him as well. That will be a quick and easy round. 3-1. Now we finally get to see a buyback from the T's. A little bit less in terms of what the CTs have in terms of weaponry, but they still have enough to buy into the next round anyway off the money they've built up. And the UMPs can work nicely now. This is aggressive. Push coming straight down into middle. Fuchs trying to play the no respect. Robin has to be very careful here, but it's already going to be a 2-for-1 trade and make that a 3-for-1 and 4 even. As Benji will double down and leave Maiden as the last man left alive. Going to try and rotate back in towards this A side, but it's already completely fallen. And considering Yu doesn't actually have that much money, it might just be worth keeping this weapon in play. I don't think there's any chance of him getting back into this round. So he's just going to fall back, try and take another angle, expecting somebody to already be over towards this B site, but instead, there'll be no one. Of course, in this situation, Gatekeepers do actually have a stand-in in play, so it could be interesting, but I feel like the way they currently play Counter-Strike, it's fairly loose in its style. I don't want to say puggy, but I kind of do at the same time, and I don't mean the little dog. So it's still a decent opportunity that Brolin will just be able to slip into this roster and there'll be no problems there. Coming in. CT side, investing into SMGs? What? What is this round? What are they doing? Is this just like the, hey, this is Devil's Leaving, dude. Let's just be weird in their buys. They've got enough to buy into the next round anyway. I don't know if this is some sort of weird mind game of just like, now they won't think we're buying in the next round. Ha ha ha. I'm a G. No. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Fook's gonna be able to save an AK at least. Fook's trying to do a little bit of extra damage. Holding on to that AK could be nice, but he's going to get absolutely nothing done. Wolf fall. Still a bit confused by that round. We'll see what they actually go for in the next. Still have the money to buy. There we go. And we're going to have an AWP dropped over as well. In fact, they're going to go for a double orb setup. I still feel like they had enough to do that before. That's a really odd round. Well, they must have done, because they've only got an extra 1900. What is with teammates knifing each other? This isn't Face It or ESEA or whatever you're used to. Come on, guys. A lot of utility already being expended. Bobski actually going to be able to hold. Maten's picked up the AWP alongside Yu, who's going to be over towards A. Nade going to go out. Maten actually only going to lose 1 HP. Not too much of a problem. Banana control going to be taken by the T side, able to push all the way forward. Bobski just... that's a new one. I've not seen anyone not face the front corner first. And the reason before that is because if there's someone sandbags, you can normally peek the other angle before they can see you. That's a little bit of a peculiar one. Hands the first kill over towards that CT side. And now the rest of the Ts, again, they're going to be gathering up towards mid. Peek out. Nice boost in from Devil. Brolin with a quick shot will be able to take down Fuchs. Back to a 3 versus 4. Rotation already coming in from Matend, leaving the lone AWP of... Oh no, it's actually Maten staying. It's Maiden, in fact. Maten going to be staying over onto that B site. Now the bomb needs to make its move. It's going to be short and apps, where the push will be coming in. Flashbang going to be going out, leaves them blind, and they have very little time to play with. This is getting a little bit worrying now. Devil's in a great position to try and deny this bomb plant if they do look to peek. Spot out Benji, looks for a second as well. More safe has to try and just bait someone in, almost manages to find a second, but it's not going to happen. MAXISAUCISSE will return when they decide to actually buy weaponry. But the T's, after having, well, what was a free round for no real reason, will be able to get themselves another buy. Double AWP setup continues. Again, it's going to be a peek coming in into middle. similar over towards Banana as well. Matin just taking a couple of shots through the wall to try and catch some extra damage, but only 5 HP lost. I'm going to assume that was from a Molotov. Again, Banana Control going to be going the way of this T side. Hopefully this time we won't see too much of a wide peek out. But you lovely flick to start things off. Benji goes down in apps. Man advantage picked up for the French side. Rest of the T's just spread out across the map, taking things very, very slow. You're going to be waiting. There's 50 seconds left on the clock. He's ran out of time last time, so I'm hoping they'll make their move relatively soon. 40 seconds coming up. Nade's going to be thrown out, and Yu's not missing that first shot. Falls back, uses his nade to just fall into a new angle, and flicks onto the second as well. Wonderful stuff. Eventually goes down to Robin. 30 seconds, though. They're running out of time to actually get around this corner. Fuchs looking for the kill, but Robin will be able to get another one, but they've still got to worry about Devil. In the pit, not going to do anything. Safe takes him down, and it's actually going to end in a 2 versus 2 situation. Such a dominating start to the round. It's going to go back to even Stevens. Maiden. Pushing in, going to peek up towards the pit. Spots out safe. Molotov down to clear him out of position, but Flashbang going to allow him presence forward, and I think Safe may have seen a glimpse of Matin. Robin already going to be finding another one, and now Matin, the only one left alive, waiting for the peek, but it's just not going to come. Safe trying to just hold back in this situation. Will actually peek out a little bit over aggressive, but Robin very quick to trade. Brilliant round from him. 4 kills, but it came just a little bit too close. And now, well, CT side money is actually going to be stuffed. They're going to be investing into this one by the looks of things. Devil already picking up a deagle. Pistols on the majority of players, as they do seem to be quite heavily stated towards the utility in these last couple of rounds. And the T's, well, although they are on a reset round themselves, they have a much better buy going forward. Yeah, Semir, I think this is all... It's all because of you. It's all because of you. Bit of a boost. Coming in, using the M4, trying to get a pick, finds one. Will be a trade, however, but that's not the end of the world, because Matin's going to be able to retrieve the rifle fairly easily. He's again. Banana Control has been a big part of their T-side so far. Rotation already coming in from Devil, however. Splitting the defense 2 and 2. A lot of the resistance is going to come in on Matin. He's got himself an incendiary still, so can push or slow the push a little bit. He's just going to be holding the angle, and Robin is on fire at the moment. Takes another kill for himself. Devil looking to try and do a little bit of extra damage. He needs to try and hold as long as possible, and it's just not going to happen. T-side get the bomb down. Quite a bit of damage done to a lot of the players. But now Fuchs and Yu just going to try and find themselves a rifle. Have a little bit of a look around. You have to remember this is MAXISAUCISSE's map. And Gatekeepers are off to a decent start. In fact, in the next round, there's going to be next to nothing for the French side to play with. So, Brolin already going to be adding one more. You may just want to try and hold on to his UMP. Of course, getting a rifle would be great in this situation. Especially as the person holding the angle is actually Benji. And that's an AWP. Unfortunately, he doesn't expect Brolin to have already passed. And that will be 5-4 and no weapons saved for the CT side. Yeah, this is the last best of 3 of today, so we'll have next few days should be more of this group. Well, it will be more of this group. All the other groups are done, and then from what I know, I think playoffs start on the 2nd of July. So I'm going to have a busy day on the 2nd of July flying back from Germany and casting this all in one day, but I'm sure I'll live. Yeah, every day 5 and 8 or 4 and 7 for me. Probably many different times. Aggressive push coming down, banana, and that is a spray down. Maiden able to get one, but Benji holds on to make sure Robin doesn't fall as well. 1 player lost. Definitely not the end of the world. The map pool, for anybody wondering, is Inferno, Mirage, and then Cobble. Saucisse. Double Molotov out. Definitely trying to slow down these players. It's actually not going to go quite far enough, but there's the double nade. They delayed it this time, and Benji goes down. However, Brawler very quick to trade into the aggressive push. UU's AWP will be picked up by Fuchs. He's actually going to try and fall back a little bit. Go for the repeat. Can't quite find anything. Has to be careful, and both players on the A site just get decimated by Gatekeepers. As said, they're looking strong at the moment. And now, well, CT side just going to have to try and hold on to their weaponry. 2,900 into their bank accounts in the next round. I'll give enough for Maten to drop 1. Maiden actually going to be able to catch Brolin, who was looking for a few more frags. He's had a nice little start as well, but it's Robin who's been just beasting at the moment. Well, I think you have to watch from the site, but what if you want to watch the English cast and the base view on the best of both worlds, I would just suggest you just pause. Because for anybody who was here before, I left it open at one point and ended up getting a drop, which made a very, very loud noise. So you cannot miss it. You cannot miss it. 4-7. CT side going to be struggling to get a buy in this round, so they're not. They're actually going to just invest in a little bit into pistols. UU barely buying anything as well. Robin is playing, or even without Batman. Nice. Nice. Book's going to be going aggressive, but peek straight into Brolin, who will take him down early in this round. Maiden. What are these groups that they're in? Hey, thanks, bye. What? Why? Just why? Peek going to be coming out from UU, and that doesn't last very long. Robin going to go pushing. Actually doesn't really check properly over towards Coffins. Maten's able to get one. There's 2 rifles currently sat on the floor at the moment. Maten trying his best to hold this off. There's only 1 player on the site itself, and well, Devil left on A alone. May actually be able to get safe. That would be a weapon into his hand, so that's a nice little bonus. They do have full loss bonus coming into the next round anyway, so not too much of a problem. I'm going to have the money to purchase either way. But, well, Brolin going to be able to take him down as he tries to escape. 8-4. Gatekeepers looking strong over on this T side. The problem I normally have with a map like Inferno, though, is, yes, you can see very CT sides of it, especially recently, if you have all the utility and all your sort of tactics under control. A lot of it involves controlling Banana, making sure that you only need 1 or 2 at max to try and hold on to this one. The problem is, I'm not sure that Gatekeepers are going to have that sort of strategy set up, so we'll wait and see if MAXISAUCISSE can actually bring this one back. Yeah, Oinsignia, I think I said that right, has pretty much got his spot on. Just leave, you can leave it open in the background. Maten, going to be able to get the first, using the edge of the smoke to his advantage. Actually going to do a lot of damage onto a second as well, and just fall back in the meantime. Smart stuff from him. Doesn't want to overface. Taking down Robin as well is definitely going to be a nice little start to the round. East side making their way back towards the A site once again. They've had quite a bit of success there so far, although UU with the AWP has been a man to be able to turn the tide. Currently sits at the bottom for his team, though. You're going to be watching the angle. They should know that he's around here somewhere. They just don't know where, and he'll start things off. Hits the player in Bobski down to nothing, leaving these T-side players to try and get him out of this position. That's the problem at the moment. He's in such a horrible place. Still another player in Fuchs as well over towards the pit. And Safe has to be a little bit delayed. Actually catches him with a flashbang out. Gonna try and push him down. UU very low as well, but the problem is the time. There's only 8 seconds. He has to go running. Bomb dropped. Round should be over, although maybe just enough time for Safe to plant the bomb. He'll have 1 second. Has to try and then put his crosshair onto the face of Matin, and it's not going to be available. So, MAXISAUCISSE will be able to get themselves around number 5. T-side not going to have any problems. Thank you, Birdie McFly. I like your name. Sinzo, it's amazing how you managed to get a Dragon Lore, even though the top item is a gut knife. It's very impressive. Almost as if you're lying. Thank you, right hand. Heavy nade presence out towards Banana, but it seems like the T's have slowed down a little bit. Peek out. Matin takes the first. Thank you, Ardente. Brolin, going to be able to find one. Pushing now. A lot to do for Maiden. He's got to try and buy as much time as humanly possible. Nades are your friend, but he only has 1 left. Molotov going to be falling, forcing him out of position. Nice work as well. Brolin will get 1 more. 2 entry kills for him. Quick rotation will be in from UU. The problem is his teammates are a little bit far behind, so he needs to try and make some sort of play, but he can't afford to go down. And in fact, he's going to start to fall back. I wonder if the remaining CT players may decide to do the same. They don't have much money here. Losing even a player could be the difference between a buy and not to buy. That is the question. You have a voice for radio. I don't... Oh, thank you. Not demon. 2 kills coming in, though, for the CT side towards the end. Will at least make things costly for the Ts. Now, they've sort of done a one and done, which in Counter-Strike terms is the worst case scenario. Thank you, Big Fruit. That is very kind of you. Where am I from? I'm from the UK. You have a face for radio. Yeah, that's I like it. Lexington, well, if that's what you're here for, that's fine by me. Benji starts things off. Actually takes a tag in return. UU really hasn't been having a great game so far. Train? Train's not even in the map pool, is it? I got a drop on the first day and it scared the life out of me, so I closed it. Maiden has to be very careful around this corner. Does quite a bit of damage through that smoke. Unfortunately, he was the only one there. So going that aggressive is very, very risky. If he has a bit of support, maybe it's understandable. A lot of smoke damage being done, in fact, by this CT side. They're a little bit unlucky that they haven't managed to get themselves a kill. Makladavos about to ask me to press the button. Basically why he's here. Fuchs will be able to get 1 back, though. And there's a lot of low players. Bobski. Did you just do a summit? Or did you do something else? Because I wasn't watching. Either way, not a great position now. A lot of low players. Brolin the only one with full HP. Safe going to be able to pick up 1, though. And they know exactly where Matend is. Brolin with a bit of a wild spray, but he will eventually correct it. And that will be 10-5. Yeah, a real 1G, not a fake 1G. 10-5 though for Gatekeepers is a very good half. Win the pistol, and the game will be going in their direction. I don't see too much coming back of it. But as I said, a lot of the time with teams that don't play this map regularly, you can see a T side of Inferno. News report. I'm here live. I don't even know where from. From Dunkirk. Don't know why that was the first place that came into my head. How to pronounce... Well, I would say safe. It's probably not. Because Swedish people are weird. Push. Straight up banana. Run. Safe run. Gonna be trying to hold on to his life here. Sitting back already. He's got Bobsky support. Nice shot as he fades away, but they're both gonna fall on the site. However, they bought time for the rotation. Benji not actually gonna connect the shots, and Maiden may just be here to punish. The bomb has been dropped, however. They still have a man advantage, but not for long, as Maiden on 1 HP just about survives. Nice work from Robin. To get himself one. Devil's going to go running, but look how aware Brolin is. 15 years old. He may already be smarter than most of us here. Oh, hello, maybe not. What was that? Didn't go for the shot. Never mind. He's so casual that he was just like, I'm going to give Devil a chance. Like, I'm giving him a chance, and then I'll just rip it out of his hands. Don't worry, guys. It was all part of the plan. It was part of the plan. Nade down banana. Not going to achieve anything. Bit of control already taken from the T side, but looking like they're about to gather up over towards the A side. For the shot, but the flashbang will deny. Benji waiting with the scout. He's going to do some damage. Or could we see a couple of Kobe's in? Never mind. He's just going to continue with the scout. Nice shot from Maiden, though. Able to get one. Fuchs pushing through the smoke. Going to be able to trade. Still a 3 versus 3 in this scenario. Make that a 3v2 as the P250 proves to be powerful. Molotov going to go down, forcing Devil back. And may just buy enough time for that smoke to fade. They're going to want to try and retrieve the bomb before the smoke is gone. Instead, straight through. This is ballsy. And may not pay off. Fuchs just tapping away. Do they know where Brolin has got to, though? That is the question. The answer to that question is no. He's going to get the first and the second as well. This kid is nuts. Finds the last 2 frags. And that will be a 12-5 scenario. Now the T's are starting to get right down to the edge, and ooh, they're actually going to force buy here. Now, I understand it. Only 1 player surviving. The score is so atrocious at this point that they're trying to break things back. But if they lose this round, they're going to be in an even worse position than before. However, look at the buy coming out from the CT side. I don't think they're expecting a buy. And rightly so. Molotov going to go down, trying to hold them off. Brolin going to have a lot of work to do. There's nobody else here. It's all on you, little man. You got so much work peeking around, and he's going to get slaughtered by the French. Devil, I don't know what you just did, but whatever it was not good. Just a player runs straight past him, and now... What? I don't even know what just happened. I'm so confused. 13-5. We'll be able to buy back up. Bomb went down in the previous. Look at my trade offers. I'll have a look after the game. Can't do it now. That would be rude. My production team is just me. I have, like, some people doing admin for me, and there's some people who are helping me with all the other stuff, but in terms of actual production, it is just me. Safe. Wonderful start to the round. Magnificent, in fact. He sprays down 2. Makes the CT side, well, look good, and the T side look weak. You trying to trade things back. We'll be able to take down safe. Rotation gonna come in from Robin, but the aggression from Brolin maybe a little bit too much. They're still waiting down there with the bomb. Benji gonna find another with the AWP. Brolin is gonna spot them down the bottom of Banana as well. This is where you expect to see the rotation from Benji. And I think that may have been the bait they went for. The problem is the T's. 35 seconds on the clock. They're going to go rotating back towards A. Now, there's still nades over on Bobski as well. He has an incendiary. They're actually going to go around Arch side. So this really leaves them with so little time. And it means they can be pincered as well. 14-5. Gatekeepers, after what was a pretty slow start for them, have looked absolutely magnificent. Worried a little bit here when we started to see a few rounds string together cleanly, but Matin. Oh, that's a lovely shot to start things off. It is quickly traded. Yu, the man who has not been performing in this matchup, it has to be said. This is a full investment in other than what's on Matt end. Robin trying to use the smoke. He has slowed down a little bit, but luckily the youngster Brolin. Maybe he has to become a full member of this team. Safe, just spamming off shots. We'll spot out Matt end as they look to push in. Still got his trusty Deagle, looking for more. Lovely shot again. Tries to switch out, but it's actually Devil. And they brought it back down to a pretty close scenario. Devil spamming away, trying to catch the head of Brolin, but this guy is just nuts. Just keeps ducking in and out and takes his head off anyway. 15-5. Does Brolin have a team? Does anybody know? He's making this look easy. He really is. I'm impressed. I think what it is with the drops, it says 400 and blah-de-blah-de-blah. I think that means total. I don't think that means every single time. Otherwise, we would have dropped probably about 10,000 drops by now. So I think it's the total amount. I may be wrong. Either way. Dunk onto Yu. Boots, trades 1 and 2, brings it back to a potential round. Oh, he was on Gamers. Okay, okay. Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. I didn't watch too much of it. I thought I recognized the name. I just wasn't sure where from. Now, a little bit of a mistake made from the CT side. They've gone pushing, and because he's gone through apps and they've gone through mid, a little bit of a timing problem has happened. He now thinks that they're going towards B. Oh, no. Benji. Can he work this one out? He'll try and crack the Da Vinci Code with this one. And they're going to realize very quickly that it's now over towards that A site. 2 incendiaries, kits, and a couple of flashbangs. Now, that seems like enough for a retake to me. Fuchs has picked up the AWP, low on HP, so he needs to do just that. But already, Maiden going to be finding one. It's now all onto Benji. 1 versus 2. Majors look to try and run away in this situation. The money isn't great for the CT side. A lot of damage done to the remaining players. They need to try and get away from this bomb before it kills them. I think they should be okay. Fuchs should just about get away. And Benji going to survive on just 4 HP. Holds onto his AWP. Rest of the team going to be struggling a little bit, though, to get a buy. So this It's going to be intriguing. Now, Brolin can definitely drop one. Benji can drop as well. Fuchs is having fun at least. But it's a bit of a sketchy buy. Maybe MAXISAUCISSE can actually get themselves a little bit further back into this one. Nade gonna go out. Benji taken down a little bit. Oh, that's a nice shot though. Quick reaction. Devil is gone. Pete gonna be coming out. Crossfire as well. And this is all about a little bit of a bait and switch, as they have another player behind sandbags as well. Yu trying to find something back. Push going to be coming out and already safe will go down. The remaining two players trying to make their way out towards middle. I think they may know that this one is over. Nice shot from Yu. Will get him one and actually hits the shot through the wall as well. It gives teammate a little bit of a chance. However, now Fuchs is the only one left alive. How does he recover to hit that shot? That's nutty. It's a shame he's not going to get anything done. Gatekeepers dominate. 16-6. They'll take the first map for themselves. And while that will mean that they've now got to go and win on Mirage, their opponent's map pick, a very strong map for Gatekeepers. They've looked brilliant on it in the past. We'll get to see if they can do that yet again. Either way, guys, if you've enjoyed the cast, don't forget, you can always check me out on Twitter. !caster will take you there. And I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love that I've been getting over the last few days. But either way, got to cut to a break. Need to open my window and let some fresh air in.